Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me for Wednesday with Wendy. If you're tuning in to the recording, I hope that you enjoy this just as much as the live video. If you're interested in joining me live, just hop onto Facebook and search for Holistic Health, Holistic Health and Happiness Community, and ask to join. And you can come and join me for the live video every Wednesday. So today I want to talk about cleansing. This time of year we often think about doing cleanses for our body, but this particular video is not for the body, even though the whole body benefits from this kind of cleansing. But I'm specifically wanting to share some ideas about how to cleanse your mind. And I wanted to do it outside today because it's such a beautiful day, and that is the first thing I wanted to talk about. These 3 things you don't have to do in any particular order, but all very powerful, especially if you bring in the intention of wanting to cleanse your mind. So hopefully we get quiet air today. There's been lots of planes lately, and people on the go for spring. Like, we're all wanting to get out and go and do something, right? So the first thing on my list of suggestions for 3 ways to cleanse your mind and boost your mood is to spend that time in nature. And when you pick a time, go out when it's kind of early in the morning, and if you can, at sunrise. It's the most healthy and beneficial time of the day to get out and do some walk around. I've got like this bee that's in my camera, right where the camera is. So we'll see what he does. I've got nature joining me right now, joining us. So pick a time early in the morning or in the evening when you can watch the sunset. So either sunrise or sunset. Really important part of the day to receive information from the sunlight. The sunlight teaches our cells how to be happy. So also we get lots of information from the different spectrum of light. So on your nature walk, tune into your 5 senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, and sound. And remember that we're doing this to cleanse, so slowing down. And it's not a power walk. It's exercise, but not the kind that you would get by, taking a run or a brisk walk. We're slowing down to tune into the 5 senses and experiencing nature in a different way. So if you're open to it, you don't have to talk out loud, but in your mind, talk to the plants. Talk to nature. Feel the earth underneath your feet. Walk slowly and just feel the support of the earth, and have gratitude in your heart for all the things that you're seeing. Notice the colors. Notice the sunlight on the plants. Notice if there's any birds or any bugs crawling around. Be grateful for all of it. Be grateful for the bugs and the birds and the trees and all the plants. And tune into your hearing. What do you hear? Do you hear the birds? Do you hear anything in the sky, like the planes? Just receive everything that you're hearing. The key to enjoying nature and slowing down in nature is to receive. There's lots of healing benefits to opening your heart and receiving nature into your heart. So take your time to smell. What do you smell? Do you smell the nature? Do you smell any blooming flowers? Do you smell the sage? And maybe even touching it, picking up a pine needle or pine cone and touching it and really looking at it and smelling it and holding it in your hand. And maybe even seeing if you can feel an energetic connection between you and that pine cone or any other plant, really. And maybe even find a spot in nature where you can sit alone. And I highly recommend to leave your phone at home. So go somewhere near where you know that you're going to be safe and you won't have to call for help or anything. Just leave your phone in the car, just so you don't have that distraction. So take your time and enjoy tuning into your five senses, because when we're walking around in our regular life, day-to-day life, we forget what all of our senses even are doing for us. And that is one of the underlying causes of feeling distressed and anxiety and even depression, is that we've forgotten how to tune into those five senses and come into our body and open our heart to nature. All right, so that's the first one. The second suggestion is to go to your local crystal shop. One of my most favorite things to do is when I'm feeling like, is to go walk in with an intention. So when I'm feeling like I want to bring something new into my life, or I need to cleanse, or I want to start focusing on something different, finding a stone, even in nature, just a simple rock in nature, you can pick it up and use this as a kind of a remembering stone. But I really like the crystals because they do come from nature and they do have healing qualities to them. So I'm not going to tell you which ones to get, and that's the fun part of going to the crystal shop, when you're feeling like you just want to you just go explore and look at all the colors and touch them and feel them. So when you're going to the crystal shop, use your five senses. Some of the crystals will call to you. They'll say, yeah, take me home. So feel into that. Sense which rock wants to go home with you, which crystal wants to go home with you. And some crystal shops will offer to wrap your crystal so that you can put it around your neck, or you can learn how to wrap it yourself, which I think is a lot of fun. Just get the wire and the tools, and you look up on YouTube and find out how to wrap it yourself. So that's a really therapeutic and fun way to connect with your stone. And also, if you're open to it, talk to your stone, talk to your crystal, and tell your crystal what you need. What is it that you're wanting at the time? And since we're talking about cleansing your mind, tell the stone, I just need clarity. I just need to feel more calm. I need to feel less stress. I want more heart connection with myself. I want a clear mind, things like that. You can tell your stone. this is what, have an intention of putting that type of energy, the kind of energy you want to bring into your life. Yeah, and put it in your pocket or wear it around your neck. And every time you put your hand in your pocket, you're reminded of that intention, and that stone, when you touch it, it reminds you that you're connected with your intention, and you're reminded of that intention. So the repetitive reminder is really important to retrain your brain to attract or bring this intention into your life. And remember, repetition is important. So saying it over and over and over is really key and important in this step. The last and third tip for cleansing your mind and improving your mood is takes a little bit more preparation. So what you'll need is a piece of paper, and a pencil, and some quiet time. So you have to find a quiet place in your home, or even outside on your patio outside. Probably want to do it outside, because we're going to be talking about what we're writing down and what you're going to do with that list. So you'll find and I recommend this in the evening. It's kind of like the evening or nighttime, or the moon, representing that the day is done and you're wanting to let this go and let this go from your life. And in the morning, you'll start off new and fresh. So on this list, you're going to write down anything and everything that feels negative. Stuff that you find repeating over and over in your mind. Just negative thoughts, or negative emotions, negative feelings, things that just bring you down, things that you don't have control over. So anything that is a negative self-talk about yourself, negative talk about others, something negative that maybe that you were feeling throughout the day, that you know that it doesn't do any good to carry it on your shoulders. So things that you're wanting to let go, kind of let go of this kind of a burden, kind of that's feeling like heavy on your heart. Because I know that when we feel anxiety, there's a sense of pressure on our chest, kind of like a boulder, or like a vice pushing down on your heart. Other physical manifestations of these thoughts, these negative thoughts and feelings, will actually make your shoulders tight and your neck really tight, and it's difficult to turn your head back and forth. And that's all in heart and throat energy, things that were conversations that we have inside of our mind that has to do with the throat chakra and the neck and the shoulders. Negative conversations that we engage in on social media or online or with other people often leaves like a lump in the throat, kind of like something that just won't clear and you can't swallow well. So those are the kind of things. Some people will come in for a one-on-one session with me, and I'll sense a lot of tension in their upper back, and I'll ask them about if they have trouble swallowing. So things like that. The inner talk and the talk on the outside, the things that affect us and cause frustration and confusion and anxiety and worry. So these are the kind of things that that I would like you to try writing down on your list. And I actually, hopefully he doesn't mind me sharing, but my son, I went through this practice with him when he wasn't doing well in his mental health, and it was very, very helpful for him to it's kind of a ritual, it's kind of a ceremony, a burning ceremony. So that's the next thing you do. Is I asked him to write everything down that was feeling heavy, feeling negative, and I asked him. Then we went outside and we burned it. We lit it on fire and we watched it burn. And the really cool thing about fire is that fire represents cleansing and transformation. So when we bring that intention into the process of burning that list that we want to let go of, and at the end of the day, when the moon is up in the air and we can see the stars, and we're just ready to let that go and not take it to bed with us and not take it into the next day with us, we burn it, watch the fire glow, and receive the fire, receive it as a cleansing process, and giving thanks for the process that we're able to experience things in our life, things that weigh us down, that we're ready now, being grateful that it's come forward and that we're ready to let go. So having gratitude for that. Oh, finally it's coming up to the surface, and it's causing, anxiety and high, and making your heart rate go up, causing your shoulders to pull up, causing your hands to tighten, and your forearms to tighten, and your jaw to tighten, and even your belly to affects your belly. It causes pain in your belly. So if you're ready to release the emotional baggage that is causing the physical pain and the physical discomfort and the mental pain and discomfort, then this is a really powerful practice. So to add on to that, some of you may be saying, well, what if those thoughts come back again? What if I start thinking those things again? What if I start saying, mean things to myself again? And it probably will, because the crazy thing about our brains is that we train ourselves, and by what we listen to and what we are exposed to around us, our brains become habitually in a pattern of these thoughts and emotions. So what we want to do is create new neural pathways. And in order to create new neural pathways, and so like one neural pathway has all, just to give you kind of a visual, you think of it as like you have a field of corn, and we're irrigating the corn, and we find that, oh my goodness, the water is not going to the corn, it's going somewhere else where we don't want it to go. We have to dig little ditches and block where we don't want it to go, and open up space where we do want it to go. And so in life, we need to do this continually. This is a continuous process until we can train our brain to stop allowing that neural pathway, the old one that's so deep and wide. It's like the ditch, that is super deep and it has lots of water in it, we got to open the floodgates into the cornfield, right? So we got to create opening the gate is creating new neural pathways so that we can water what is good for us, which is reminding ourselves that no, that's not where we're going. We're not going down that road. And you have to catch yourself in the moment. It's important to catch yourself as you're thinking and feeling these thoughts and emotions. So practicing being present every day, every moment of the day, and acknowledging that you're having these thoughts and emotions and not just pushing them down the neural pathway, the old neural pathway, and keeping them, filling up. But the way we open the floodgate to create a new neural pathway is we say, the truth is, so we don't even repeat out loud what we want to let go of. We don't even repeat it. We say to ourselves in that moment, the truth is, I am strong. The truth is, I am kind. The truth is, I am patient. The truth is, I do not have control over this. The truth is, I can be happy. I want to be happy. And so what we're doing in this moment is we're feeling it, we're acknowledging it. We're not just pushing it down the old neural pathway. We're feeling it, acknowledging it, and flipping it. Flipping it is when we're creating those new neural pathways. And the more often we create habits around feeling it and flipping it, that old neural pathway gets more shallow. The one that we don't want to be going, the road we don't want to be going down, the ditch we don't want to get deeper. It gets more shallow, and it heals, and it fills in with love. And that's really what's happening, is that we're replacing that space that was full of negative thoughts and emotion with healthy thoughts and healthy feelings. And that is actually love. And that repairs the old neural pathway and creates a new one. And that is how we create new habits, is we've got to catch ourselves in the moment, feel it and flip it, and go down that new neural pathway. And the more often that you catch yourself and you're in that present moment and acknowledging and realizing it, the easier it gets. And sooner or later, probably sooner, you'll start to recognize it before it even happens. Oh, I'm about to go to this place I don't want to go, so I'm going to stop it before I go there. So at first, it's not going to be as easy because you won't even really realize how often you go there. Or maybe you're somebody whose mind is just always there and you're always knowing it's there. The first step is going back to that list. And if you feel like you have to do that burning process more than once, then do it, because maybe you haven't written down all the things on that list that needs to be lit up and transformed and burned through the power of fire, and allowing that energy to shift inside of us. And so taking time to create this kind of little ceremony or ritual in your life has much more of a lasting imprint. It creates a memory, a new memory for you, because it's so interesting how our negative thoughts and emotions always are attached to memories. And if we can start making new memories by going out in nature and spending time talking to the plants and connecting with the plants with our five senses, and spending time with those crystals that just keeping them in your pocket or around your neck, creating new memories this way. Super, super powerful in the cleansing process. So that's all I had prepared for you today. If you're still watching, I have a little announcement that I'd like to make. Last week, I was in Sedona for my birthday, and I had such an amazing spiritual and powerful experience with my husband, James. Such a magical place. I've heard that it's a great place, but I really didn't know what was in store for me until I actually went there. And so after coming home, some of you may know that I host retreats, have hosted retreats in the past. I didn't do one last year, but I really want to get back into it. And I thought Sedona would be the perfect place to take a group of people to have an experience. And so I just want you to just think about those three things that I just shared with you. Those are taking action, having an experience, doing something different, creating new memories, creating new neural pathways. And that's what I want to do for you, is to take you to Sedona with me and help you create new memories, and create new neural pathways, and upgrade your DNA and heal your cells and connect with the nature in a way that you never have before. So I have decided that it's going to be March 6th through 10th, so it's a 4-night. I was only there for 3, and I had 2 planned, and I added a day, and I'm like, you know what, we need 4 nights next time. So I've planned 4-night stay at a retreat location 30 minutes west of Sedona, and we'll be staying at this retreat location where they have just a beautiful landscape and beautiful gardens, and we'll be taking some not Tai Chi, but Qigong classes, and I'll be also offering one-on-one healing sessions, sound healing sessions, and that includes a shiatsu technique. And then we will also be taking one of those days to go on a Sedona tour with Peter Sterling. We had the opportunity to spend the day with him while we were there, and he is a fantastic guide. If you want to look him up online, I think it's just petersterling.com. He's on Yelp. I'll have to share the link to his Yelp account, because he's got some really cool pictures on his Yelp account. I'll share that below in the comments below. So yeah, I've got some really cool ceremonies planned, and the 4 directions teachings, and walking in beauty teachings, and so many beautiful things that I want to share with you while we're there. So if you're interested, please sign up for my newsletter. I have a weekly newsletter that goes out, and you'll be able to get more information there. And I'll share the link below to my newsletter, so you can sign up and get more details about that as it unfolds. So thank you so much today for joining me. I hope these 3 tips, 3 ways to clear your mind and improve your mood, helps you, and you can maybe share them with your family and your friends. And I know from personal experience that these things do work. They do bring us peace, and they do bring us clarity, and they do help us find new ways of thinking, being, seeing, doing, all the things. So if you have any questions and you'd like to connect with me, you're always welcome to do that. I have a 30-minute complimentary phone call. You can reach out, and if you have any questions about this video or any videos in the past or future, then I'm happy to talk to you about them. And as always, I do also offer one-on-one sessions in my home studio, so here in Layton, and remote energy healing as well. So yeah, just lots of fun things to help you transition from the gloom of 2020 to more brighter days of 2021, and especially 2022 next year, spring. So thank you again for joining me. I love you all, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.